Here I am right now. I am in a danger zone.
How a Kenyan man found himself fighting Ukraine in the Russian army without them knowing that they were going to fight. So the Russians are recruiting their soldiers from Africa, actually deceiving them that they are going to be given a job. So the story of that young man who you just saw on that stage, that young man, he was looking for a job on social media. Somebody approached him and of course told him, hey, we have a job for you in Russia. You're going to be working in hotels. You're going to be working like different odd jobs that nobody wants to work abroad. So the young man, him and almost 11 friends decided to apply for the job. Oh, they did the paperwork and everything, and they were taken to Russia. Now, the way this guy says the story is this. As soon as they got to Russia, they went nicely, they were being fed. But as soon as he got to Russia, they were taken to a camp. He says all he saw is an automatic gate opening. And once they got in that gate, they were made to sign some letters. So you can imagine the letters are most probably in Russian language, but they were forced, literally at gunpoint, told they need to sign. They were signing in to be in the army. Believe it or not, this young man says from then on they were taken to fight the Ukrainians. And I don't know if it was Kosovo or Ukrainian, I forgot to look properly, but it was Ukrainian army. And these people were fighting with drones. So imagine he was taken he was frontline fighting. So imagine the Russians are taking Africans to fight their army to fight in their army by force, by deceitfulness. So the young man says when he found himself fighting in a country, he doesn't even know what the war is about. He doesn't know anything. He says almost 11 of them were killed, except him. He survived. Of all the group, there went about 11 people. He survived. And believe it or not, the way he survived is this. He says when he realized he couldn't go, he couldn't leave. He said they would be sitting there with in fact, in that video, the beginning of the video, he's actually hiding and talking about, hey, I'm here at a very bad place, and everything, fighting. So they're fighting with guns and these guys are fighting with drones. This guy, he said eventually how he ran away is like he started pretending that he was crazy, that he was mad, that he had mental illness. Pretending that he's crazy. Then they decided to take him for mental evaluation. While he was there, he decided to tell them that, hey, my family in Kenya, almost all of them died in an accident and I need to go to the embassy to see what the deal is. They took him to the embassy, and as soon as he got to the embassy, this is the funniest part. This one I had to laugh. He changed his language to Swahili and told them, hey, listen, help. These guys are holding me against my will. So the Kenyan embassy stepped in, and that's how he found himself in Kenya. Warning, if you're looking for a job abroad, make sure that the recruiting people, and it could be even Kenyans recruiting you to go work in the army or even to go work jobs in Russia. Be careful. And there's also another story of a guy from Uganda. That means they're going all over Africa. Now, why is Russia recruiting our Kenyans and deceiving them and making them go fight in an army in a war that they don't? Please, guys, be warned. Warn your family. And those 11 people, their family don't know, because some people, when they're going abroad, they don't tell their family that they're going abroad because they want to make sure that once they're there is when they'll shock them, like say, hey, I'm here, I'm working, and I've been, like they want to surprise their family with whatever they're doing. So he is saying that a lot of the family members don't even know that this guy will never be found. Sometimes they went to Nairobi, but they ended up in Russia. Nobody knows. So he's actually saying that, you know what? He wishes he could tell the family members that their children will never come back. The Russians don't inform nobody that you died, so you're just buried there. He said he saw like 300 bodies at the same time. Well, that's my story for today. But listen, be careful when you're looking for a job abroad. By Kenyans, wa Kenya, ebu mwangalieni, do not be deceived into going to work in an army, fight a war. Kind of like how the blacks were going to fight a war sometimes over the war that they didn't even know. Like they didn't even know. No, not in Britain, But anyways, that's another story for another day. Bye.